Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming my full glam, kind of everyday makeup tutorial for you guys. I get so many questions about how I do my makeup, and I've done like little get ready with me's in some of my other vlogs, but I wanted to do a full dedicated video for you guys showing you every step of the way, every product I use, and how I apply it to get this look. I don't wear makeup every day and I don't wear this much every day, but I'm calling it my everyday glam because when I'm shooting content, going out with friends, to dinner, whatever it is, this is the look that I wear in pretty much every single photo I post, video. This is it. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I get this and all the products that I use. So I hope you enjoy. I wanted to wait to do this makeup tutorial until my skin was like perfect, and that's just never gonna happen. I have some breakouts and just some like scarring and texture that I'm working with. So I don't like to wear a lot of foundation or a lot on my face itself. So I'll show you guys kind of how I work around that and still manage to like cover up anything that I want to without being super cakey or heavy. I still like to keep it as light and natural as possible. So to start, we're going to do a little bit of our bronzing drops, like that much, and then a little bit of moisturizer, and I just rub this around and apply to my face. I don't tan my face, which is another reason I use these, because it kind of like evens out my skin tone, but it also helps give me a little bit of color in my face because I don't really like to use self-tanner because I do break out easily. So you can see I have like freckles and some scarring. Okay, so now that that's on, that's kind of my base. Okay, so now that the base is on and I'm moisturized, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This is in shade 4.5. It's a little dark for me. I do get like darker makeup obviously to match my body because I self-tan like I said, and I don't usually do my face. So this is like a little bit dark, but it's fine. I just do a little bit of this all over and blend that out with my beauty blender. I love this stuff. I just think it like makes the base of your foundation so good and glowy, and I just think it looks really good. Obviously I have some breakouts and some texture, and typically I don't have perfect clear skin. So I use medium coverage because I like to cover those up, but I don't like super heavy, cakey, so I really love this YSL All Hours foundation. I actually got this gifted to me and it's become like my go-to now. One that I also love if I'm not using this, that's also a little bit more lighter coverage, and I would say it's almost like a tinted moisturizer, is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I also love this. It's like super thin and light and minimal coverage. So if I'm going to the beach or like swimming or something and I still want to have a little bit of coverage, I'll use the Giorgio Armani just because it's lighter coverage but still smooths everything out. And today, since I'm doing my kind of full glam, I'm gonna do my YSL. It's also SPF 30 and it's in shade MN4. I had another one and it shattered when I was flying. I'm so sad, it was completely full, and it was shade 6. So I kind of blended the two together, but lately I've just been using this one because my other one broke. So it's a little bit light, and I would typically mix the shades, but we're not doing that today. I do 2 pumps, it's like that much. So I'm just gonna lightly, and I always start down here because that's typically where I'm broken out, is like around my chin and jawline, and that's where I want the most coverage. And then I take a little bit of the leftover and put it on my nose. I don't do a lot of makeup on my nose because I like my freckles to show, so I try to keep that as like natural as possible. And then I'll just like lightly go around my nose. I'm looking into the camera trying to do this, so if you guys see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm checking the mirror to make sure it actually looks good. Okay, So for under eye concealer, I use Kosas. This is shade 02W. It's really light. Before I used 2.5C, and I think I'm gonna go back to that because this one is almost just a little too light for me, but I already used all of my other ones, so. Snatched. I'm not big on baking. I honestly don't think it works that well for me. I just think my concealer almost like creases more when I bake a lot. But I don't really use a baking powder. I just use my Stay Matte powder that I end up setting my entire face with. And after I do my concealer, I just take a little bit and like that. It's a mini bake. I don't do full bake because that never looks good on me. Okay, so going in with my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Just gonna go like this. I need to look in the mirror for this. And then my forehead. I like to be bronzed. Oh, and this is in the light medium. I don't do the darkest one. I think that that would look muddy on me. This is already super dark, so if you are lighter skin toned, I would stick to this. So now that that's all blended, I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush. This is in the shade Peach Pop. I really love this color. This is also so messy because I forgot to close the cap. I don't apply this straight to my face. I just think it's a little bit messy. So I put it on my hand first and then I take my beauty blender and dab from there and then apply. So I do, you know, like that much. It's super pigmented. You definitely don't need a lot. So I apply higher on my cheeks. I don't even know if it's like not showing up on camera very well. Kind of like this movement is how I do my blush. I kind of like looking like I'm a little bit sunburned. I just think it looks good. So that's what I do. Now I go in with my concealer to cover up any blemishes or uneven skin tone, anything that you want to cover up. This is what I use. I've been using this for so long. I've been using this concealer for I think like 10 years, maybe more than that. It's so good and it's just one of the only things that doesn't break me out. It covers my blemishes. It works magic. So it's the Maybelline Master Conceal in light medium. I go like this. I always make sure to like blend around and then kind of outwards on the face so that it just is really seamless. So I blend around and yeah, voila. So I just covered up my blemishes and now I'm gonna go back in with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder and my powder puff. And now I'm just gonna set. It's also a pressed powder, so not a whole lot of product is coming off on here, but it's just to set the areas that I just did concealer in. So I'll go right here and then on my forehead. Now that that's done, I go in with a big fluffy brush, a little bit of the powder, and kind of do an all over sweep. But this isn't going to like overly mattify you. It's still gonna look like skin. You're still gonna have a little bit of a glow, which is why I like it, and I'll go over my entire face with it. Okay, next I go in with bronzer, and this is also Rimmel Stay Matte. This is their natural bronzer in 027 Sundance. It has a little tiny bit of a shimmer. And I go over the contour that I did earlier on my nose with the bronzer, same area. I love to look bronze, so honestly, the more the better. And I also do a little bit on my jaw, and then bring it down on my neck. And then we're just gonna take the remainder of what was on our hand earlier from the Charlotte Tilbury cream blush and gently dab on top to kind of bring that glow back in and just make it look a little bit more natural. Now I take my finger in this gold highlighter. It's so pretty. And I just go down the bridge of my nose and a little bit on the high points of my cheekbones. And then I take the same highlighter in gold and I go in the corners of my eyes. And now onto the eyes. I use this old AF Naked palette. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. It just has a bunch of like neutral tones. That's pretty much always what I wear on my eyes. I never do any like vibrant colors unless it's for, you know, a super fun event or costume or something like that. I go a little bit in Smog and a little bit in Toasted and kind of blow it all off. I start working it in slowly, then kind of brushing it out a little bit and angling it up. And the trick to doing eyeshadow, not that I'm extremely skilled at it or anything, but I do feel like a light hand helps. So I just barely take the brush and just take your time, blend. You know, you don't want to like try to go fast and then put too much product on because it's a lot harder to take product off than it is to put it on. And then I kind of just take a brush and blend. So I used a brown liquid liner. My favorite is by Pixie. It's called Velvet Cocoa, but it's always sold out. So right now I'm using a drugstore one. I've rubbed the label off this completely, so I have no clue what it is. I want to say it's L'Oreal, but I could be wrong. This is gonna be really hard to do in the camera, so I'm gonna do it in the mirror and then I'll show you guys after. So I just did this side and basically I start a line right here and then I connect it to the corner of my eye. I don't draw a liner all the way over. I just don't like the way that looks on me. Okay, so I just did the other eye. Okay, so now the hardest part of my makeup is drawing the inner corners of my liner. I start by drawing a line here and then I just barely bring it out to the corner to give a little bit of a catty look. I started doing this about a year ago and it's like completely transformed my makeup. Okay, so inner corners are done. I think it looks pretty even. Okay, so now I'm gonna curl my lashes and put on mascara. My favorite mascara is L'Oreal Telescopic. I absolutely love this mascara. Like people ask me all the time if I have fake lashes, if I'm wearing falsies, if I have extensions, and it's just this. Like, look at that difference. Okay, mascara's done. I think it makes such a difference. And they look so long, so this mascara is the best. I don't really have a favorite brow pencil, but I have been really loving this one lately. I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I get this at Target, and this is in the shade Taupe. And I don't really like fill in my brows, but I do kind of outline them. Add like a little bit more shape. I have been using Refi Brow Gel, but I don't always love the white residue that it leaves. I also really like the Anastasia Brow Gel, but if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments because I'm always open to trying new products. And then that's pretty much it for face and eyes. And lastly, I'm gonna do lip, which is my favorite part. I use Sephora Gel Rouge Lip Liner in Dress to the 90s. I have posted about this liner a million times. I love that it's not overly matte, so you can blend it really well, and it's just an amazing color. And then I just kind of dab it with my finger. And then I follow up with my Fenty Gloss in Fenty Glow. So yeah, this is the final look, and I'm just gonna set it with Morphe spray. Guys, I don't think they sell this anymore, but it's a really great setting spray. Just get it a little dry. Let me know if you guys recreate this, and if you guys have any tips, tricks, or products that you recommend, put them in the comments below. I would love to try them out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.